It's that time of the year again where the nights draw in, we're looking for warmth and light as the holiday season begins, and what in the Digimon franchise is more full of light and sparkle and gold than Golden Armor Digimon? So as we've done with other Armor Digivolutions in this kind of series, on today's video let's explore what it might look like if Golden Armor Digimon got full evolution lines. What is up, digital companions? My name is 12-year-old Karn EX and welcome back to another video. I had to shave the beard because of an accident. It'll grow back, don't worry, it'll be back soon. And yes, today I am giving full evolution lines to the Golden Armor Digimon. But Golden Armor Digimon are in a weird space. As we've discussed before, all Armor Digimon technically don't have levels, but a majority of them have a power level around equivalent to Champion, especially when we look at the origin of Armor Digimon, Digimon Adventure 02. However, when it comes to Golden Armor Digimon, other than in things like the card game where they're all level 4s, when we look at things like the Vital Bracelet, other V-Pets, even some video games, they're kind of treated as either Mega, Ultimate, or occasionally Champion, with a heavy skew towards Ultimate and Mega. I'm actually going to use the Vital Bracelet as my general rubric for where these armors fall. As while their Digimon reference book listing just calls them armors and the card game reverts to level 4, as I said, the Vital Bracelet seems to place them a little bit more where their power or grandiosity would dictate. And almost all of them are armor evolutions of 02 rookies. So those will inevitably, I think, be there. But instead of kind of warp digivolving the rookie or the champion in Gatomon's case to the golden armor, I want to fill the line in a bit. I'm kind of thinking about it almost as if these Digimon, once they used the armor Digi-Egg, kind of took in the gold Digizoid, the power of the golden armor Digi-Eggs, and it permanently altered their default evolution line or branch, giving them a sort of more overall golden non-transformation device line. And we begin with Peacockmon, who on the Vital Bracelet was treated as an ultimate level, so I'm going with that. It's always been a little bit disappointing to me they decided to make Peacockmon a blue Golden Armor Digivolution instead of gold. Its Digimon reference book listing does state that its body is made of blue metallic chrome Digizoid, so at least the lore is consistent, but given that it is a Hawkmon Golden Armor, I always wanted a little bit more for it. And obviously, to me, kind of fixing the mistakes of Bandai in my opinion, the Mega for Peacockmon would be Crossmon, the Golden Bird Digimon. Crossmon to me straight up looks like what a Golden Armor Digivolution for Hawkmon should actually look like, and its body is made up of the same chrome Digizoid, admittedly not the blue metallic chrome Digizoid that Peacockmon is made up of. Bridging the gap then between Hawkmon and Peacockmon, of course, we could use something like Jazzedmon, as it is kind of a blue metallic Digimon, but it is still, well, it's meant to be a dragon, but you could make that reach to bird. And I think that creates a more cohesive evolution line of kind of Hawkmon to the blue metallic elements ending up in the gold metallic elements for a Digimental of Miracles evolution line. However, one that I like a little bit more that kind of has a little bit more gold going on is Rapidmon. And in contrast to Jazzedmon, which does not make reference to Chrome Digizoid in its Digimon reference book listing, Rapidmon does. Its body is made from Chrome Digizoid. So that's actually the line I prefer. In these videos, historically, I've not used like my own variants, but when I was making that Ikakumon evolution lines video, I found myself getting put into little holes just because they were really perfect Digimon, but they weren't the right coloration. For example, I chose Saber-Leomon Digivolving from Pangeamon or Splashmon because Saber-Leomon is connected to Pangeamon, they're both Leomon variants. If I'd have just made a more white, icy looking Saber-Leomon, there wouldn't have been a problem there, and that's what Bandai would have done. And overwhelmingly on that Ikakumon video, you guys were telling me that I should just make my own little variants here and there for these videos that can't be custom art. So I'm going to try that for this video, and if you like it, let me know and we'll do more of it in future. So we could totally have a blue Sparrowmon as a variant, or indeed, if we're going to really imbue the power of the Digi-Egg of Miracles, we could have a golden Peacockmon too. Elephantmon is a bit of an outlier in this video. Because it's never been in the Vital Bracelet and still isn't in the current card game, we really only have one card from the old Hyper Colosseum to go off where it was treated as a champion. I would be tempted to ignore that and just make it an ultimate. However, I do kind of like the evolution line I've created here, so I am going to keep Elephantmon a champion Digivolving from Armadillomon. Much like Peacockmon, this is a blue Digi-Egg of Miracles evolution, but its Digimon reference book listing does not make reference to the Chrome Digizoid at all. It being an elephant and connected to kind of the ancient Digimon Armadillomon, or descendant of an ancient species specifically, made me think a perfect evolution for Elephantmon could be Mammon. Its type is literally Ancient Beast, and Armadillomon descends from an ancient Digimon. Plus, that elephant theme and ancient combined, what is ostensibly an ancient version of an elephant, but a mammoth. There's going to be some biologist or paleontologist in my comments that's going to tell me that actually mammoths and elephants are colloquially elephant mammoth. Mammoth is old elephant, right? There's even some little gold bits in Mammon's design, which I think works really nicely. We could indeed, if you wanted to, turn that kind of steely faceplate and nose coverage into something either more blue and make a blue Mammon variant, or gold, teeing us up nicely for its final mega to be Skullmamon. Again, there is nothing in its DRB that indicates that it might have Chrome Digizoid or Gold Digizoid, but it does have a very golden front plate. And again, tying into this idea of ancient Digimon, this Skullmamon is literally so ancient that it's died. It's almost like throughout this evolution line, it's getting older and older and more ancient. And there is that gold element on there, so I kind of like it. Rhinomon, we're going back to the ultimate level as dictated by the Vital Bracelet, as that is our most recent indication of the kind of power level of Rhinomon. And finally, we have a golden Digimon with Chrome Digizoid. This is a Patron evolution, which is certainly a choice, which means we're trying to bridge the gap between Patron and Rhinomon here because we need a champion. And that was a no-brainer decision here to use Zuba Egamon. In comparison to Zubamon, the rookie form, Zuba Egamon literally goes on all fours, nestling it, in my opinion, perfectly between the unofficial art depicted quadruped Patamon and the quadruped Rhinomon. Zuba Egamon's Digimon reference book listing does not state that its armor is made from Chrome Digizoid, but I mean, does it really matter at this stage? It's a golden Digimon, with that horn being very similar to Rhinomon's horn. And so yeah, we could use something like Durandamon as the mega, but I think a little bit more interesting would be to use Olegmon, the one horn of Rhinomon splitting into the Viking horns of Olegmon, and indeed these two horns on its shoulders. And I was actually considering Olegmon for Elephantmon too. This would be a nice kind of compromise, as Olegmon, to me, in my opinion, is very evocative of the Shikuamon merging of Ankylamon and Angemon. Indeed, in Digimon New Century, Olegmon digivolves from Zudomon and Pangemon, as Olegmon has been kind of a contender for an Ankylamon mega in these videos, and admittedly I'm giving it to a Patamon evolution, but let's be real, Rhinomon looks like it should be an Armadillomon evolution anyway. So best of both worlds. Maildramon, also probably going to be considered the power level of an ultimate. It never actually appeared in the Vital Bracelet, but it was in a voting contest before the Vital Bracelet died, rest in peace, and it was assigned the power level equivalent to an ultimate. This one's actually incredibly easy because we have examples in side media of not just Gatomon, but also its pre-evolution Salamon becoming Maildramon. So the evolution line would be Salamon to Gatomon to Maildramon, and then we just need to find a mega. Well, I really love Maildramon digivolving to Fanglongmon. It's a mega or ultra. As we've discussed, the ultra level is kind of a semi-real thing anyway in a lot of Digimon that are treated as ultra Digimon, like Omnimon and Fanglongmon, can also be achieved as regular megas. However, I talked about this connection before and I do like it. Shakamon, the other golden Digimon, has these almost cat-like ears on its head. Not intentionally, I don't think, at all, but I do kind of like it, and it evokes to me Digimon like Ophanimon. But I do think that Fanglongmon is a little bit better, keeping it as a dragon coming from Maildramon. If you don't want to use Sovereign, Shakamon, but I'm going to side with Fanglongmon. GoldVeedramon. This guy frankly sucks to do an evolution line video for. On the Vital Bracelet, he was treated as an ultimate. He's kind of the counterpart to Magnamon. Magnamon is the Digi-Egg of Miracles. GoldVeedramon is the Digi-Egg of Destiny or Fate. And I guess because it's not like the one that Vmon should be using is why GoldVeedramon is considered to be less powerful than Magnamon. However, I don't know about that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use some more variants for this. I personally want to treat GoldVeedramon as a champion level because it's, well, it's a gold version of Veedramon, which is a champion level. As such, we could have a line of Gold Vmon, Gold Veedramon, Gold Aero Veedramon, and Gold All-Force Veedramon. However, if you do want to keep it an ultimate like the power level to be consistent with the other ones we've chosen on this video, you could go, I guess, Gold Vmon, Gold X Vmon, Gold Veedramon, and then jump to Gold All-Force that way. I think ultimately it doesn't make a ton of difference. This has just always been really interesting to me because it's not like Magnamon is just Gold X Vmon, you know? It is its own thing, so it's always been interesting to me that the alternate Golden Armor Digivolution for Vmon is just GoldVeedramon. Kongoumon is a bit of a shame. I've always seen it as kind of the counterpart to Magnamon for Wormmon. It is, of course, a Wormmon Golden Armor Digivolution with specifically the Digi-Egg of Miracles. However, I think that is probably why it isn't as fully powered as if we got a Digi-Egg of Destiny evolution for Wormmon. It's using the incorrect egg. Even though, of course, there are instances where Wormmon has used the Digi-Egg of Destiny to become Kongoumon. But anyway, according to the reference book, this is a Digi-Egg of Miracles evolution. On the Vital Bracelet, it was treated as an ultimate level. I am going to go with that because of something we're going to have in a little minute. However, if it was a mega, I think a natural pre-evolution would be Metal Life Kawagamon, just putting that on the record. But if we're going to go with it as an ultimate or a perfect, obviously the rookie will be Wormmon. And I think a good thing to put in between here might be another Armor Digimon, Searchmon. And I think I'm gonna use it as it is a knowledge armor for Wormmon. Keeping a Wormmon armor theme for the evolution line, it just looks so great as a pre-evolution for Kongoumon. This also would be a fine opportunity to make a gold Searchmon, maybe call this Foundmon. And that just gives us that little bit more visual cohesion between Wormmon to Kongoumon. As for the Mega, Hercules Kabuterimon springs to mind. It is a beetle and kind of golden Mega, but I'm going to throw something out here and I'm going to inverse something in this video. We've had blue Chrome Digizoid Digimon in Elephantmon and Peacockmon, so I'm going to take Shivamon, the blue Pulsemon evolution, literally based on the Hindu god Shiva, which kind of makes sense when you consider that Kongoumon gets its name from Buddhism, as the Buddha is a figure in both Hinduism and Buddhism. But I am going to change the form of this Shivamon to create a golden variant called Shaivamon, as Shaivism is one of the major Hindu traditions, specifically in worship to Shiva. It's the overall concept of worshipping Shiva. That's why Shivamon's golden variant would be Shaivamon, similar name to Shivamon, making it clear that it's a variant. We have Rapidmon Gold, and this one's a little tricky because in its Digimon reference book listing, it states that while regular Rapidmon is normally an ultimate level, the Digi-Egg of Destiny makes Rapidmon armor power up to the Mega level, meaning it's on par with a Mega Digimon. As such, it becomes a little tricky to make an evolution line. Obviously, we're going to have Terriermon as the rookie. Then I think it would be fun to have a gold Gargomon as the champion, just a little bit of a shake-up. But what of an ultimate then? Because normally Rapidmon would fill this slot. Well, why don't? And I know this is a little bit weird because, as I said before, the Terriermon line is based on dogs and the Lopmon line is based on rabbits. Why don't we merge that in Glorious Destiny? Willis's two partners in the Hurricane Touchdown movie combined in an evolution line and have Gold and Telamon fill in that gap. Really like that. And finally, that brings us to Magnamon. Again, its power level is that of a Mega, as stated by its Digimon reference book listing. Why don't we just go for a full golden evolution line here too? GoldVeedramon, Gold XVmon, and what's in between there? Well, for me, I wanted to lose the wings of XVmon because it's very clear that Magnamon doesn't have those wings. And so putting just like a Gold Aero Veedramon here would kind of be pointless, as you'd still be keeping the wing theme going, which is when it struck me that a potentially really funny and kind of cool evolution to go in between Gold XVmon and Magnamon might be Omni Shoutmon. It is in the Digimon reference book a ultimate or perfect level. Digimon Cross Wars levels are all over the place, and it gets its power source from an Omnimon, just like Imperialdramon Paladin mode would go on to do. In addition to this, Magnamon and Omni Shoutmon do share V-shaped headpieces, keeping up that Vmon theme in the evolution line, even if Omni Shoutmon's is bigger. Now boys, don't compare. It's a bit of a silly evolution line, sure, but I actually really like it. It's just fun to use something a little bit out there. A golden Digimon that loses the wings and translates a little bit more into Magnamon. If you've got another pick, let me know in the comments down below. And that is it. My ideas for what it might look like if all of the Golden Armor Digivolutions got full evolution lines in their own rights. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I really like the picks I've got for this video. And let me know if you want to see me use more of my own little custom variants in these videos going forward. As people have pointed out, it is something that Digimon themselves would do. So I am also open to the idea of using custom art that I've already made for these videos going forward. Let me know in the comments. Thank you to my sovereigns, ZDK14 and Ranma Greyfire, as well as everyone else who supports me over on patreon.com/Karn EX, and my channel members here on YouTube for holding it down. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye bye.